Think about the last thing you watched. How did it make you feel? Pull up a clip on your phone. What the last, super funny TikTok you saw? Or your last super informative, nerdy YouTube short, which is more my cup of tea. Whatever it is, think about the last piece of vertical content you consumed. The last vertical story you brought into your mind, right? What did that do to you? What did you think? What did you feel after you consumed that content? Are you like me? Did you start thinking about the state of the entertainment industry? Whether you did or you didn't, that's what you're gonna hear about today. Sorry. If you were tuned into my last video, then you understand my baseline thoughts about how the entertainment and media industries have changed. Just to give you a tiny little refresher, everything is moving so quickly now. It's more difficult than ever to get stories distributed. It's more difficult than ever to think of effective marketing to build really passionate audiences that are driven by these narratives that everybody's putting together. And yet, the process of making content is more democratized than ever. So we find ourselves in this interesting media ecosystem, right? Where there are more content creators than ever, more filmmakers than ever, more artists than ever, more art than ever, but it's more difficult than ever to build that passionate audience. It's more of a connecting game than it is a production game. Social media has changed the way we think about storytelling in so many different ways. Vertical storytelling in particular is having a moment. I'm sure you remember the AI fruit slop Love Island trend that a lot of YouTubers were covering, that a lot of people were enjoying unironically over on TikTok. And I'm not gonna launch into a whole diatribe about the ethics of AI usage and AI content creation. I think that's an entirely separate video. But what I will say is that vertical stories like that, and even the vertical romances and dramas that people are producing with real actors and with, pretty decent budgets, if I'm not mistaken, I think it scratches an itch for people that is sort of unexpected, and people don't really know what to do with the unexpected popularity of these vertical stories, Of course, there are going to be some companies, some producers, some actors, whether good or bad, who are going to lean into it and take advantage of it and make interesting or not so interesting things with this new emerging format. But I think in general, the rise of vertical storytelling, whether it's a produced microdrama or it's just a get ready with me or a story time, I think it brings out something in human audiences that people haven't really put together yet. I think all these different kinds of vertical stories reveal that we crave familiarity, consistency, connection. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense, right? 20 years ago, you would get, 20 to 25 episodes, 30 to 45 minutes each? Like Gilmore Girls, oh my goodness, they were running around for 45 minutes an episode for 20 plus episodes every season. And so you got those really in-depth chances to grow with the characters and learn all the ins and outs of their personality. Now, even really fantastic shows go for 6, 8, maybe 10 episodes, and then they take really long breaks over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And that's not even considering casting difficulties, budgets, the economy, and so many different things that get in the way of shows getting made in the first place, but then coming back and picking up where they left off and producing that same feeling that you got when you first viewed it. And I think Euphoria is a fantastic example. It's 3 seasons. I would argue that each season is really different from the next one, and the third blockbuster season was an interesting twist on the characters that we'd been introduced to. But I think that just given the amount of time had passed and given everything that had happened with the cast and with the world and the way we consume media, it was never going to feel the same as it did in 2019 or even during season 2 a little bit later. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that that's going to continue to be a trend as our media consumption habits evolve. Vertical stories give us a chance to break into this ecosystem for ourselves. More than that, it's changing what gets made. If you have a following on TikTok or even through IG stories or IG shorts or YouTube shorts, that's going to help your project get made. That's going to take you from literally the tiniest screen to the biggest screen imaginable. Instead of major publications like The Hollywood Reporter, for example, or IndieWire, setting the trends and having the expertise filter down to the public, what we've really been seeing in the past 5 to 10 years is a bottom-up approach. And that applies to everything, not just TV and movies, but even like fashion and culture and everything like that. Instead of Vogue saying that cerulean is in, right? And then it filters down through all the different fashion channels, you know, as mentioned by the iconic Miranda Priestly in the original Devil Wears Prada. Now we're seeing the opposite effect. Now cerulean goes viral on TikTok first, and then months later, possibly even after the trend has died down, that's when you're going to see the Vogues of the world start covering it. The media industry is the same way. We create our own culture, we make our own waves first, and then once the major publications feel like it's legitimate enough, then they pick it up and add their own commentary to it, and then that's sort of a marker that you've arrived, right? And I think that's really different from how we did things in the past, but I think if we continue to lean into it, we can build our own power around our own stories. We just have to understand how this new system is coming together and how we can influence it. We all have way more power than we think we do in terms of what makes it to the big screen. Again, those development dollars are going to follow the audience. Where do you build the audience? Where do you build that familiarity, that connection, that like intimacy that's so difficult to get on these bigger screens? You do it through vertical stories. And that's a good thing, not a bad thing, or at least it can be. All that being said though, I think long form still has a really important place in our culture and the way we interact with each other. I think that there's room for all of it. I just think that it's going to interact with each other a little bit differently, you know? And what I would consider long form, like I would say that YouTube, I love YouTube, clearly, here I am. I think that that's a great example of giving people the time and the space and the incentive, honestly, to experiment with episodic series, with films, with video essays, with whatever it is they think is interesting to put out into the world. And I think there's something about it that vertical stories just can't capture. I think vertical stories work really well from a marketing angle, from a familiarity angle, from a consistency angle, but I think long form is still going to be the way that we tell those really deep stories that move us to tears, that like have us rethinking our entire lives, that have us playing old memories in our heads. And it's really exciting to see all these different forms of media continue to evolve and slot into this next generation of the industry. Long form isn't perfect. I think there's a reason that people are rethinking it. I think there's a lot of questions about whether theatrical can hold. I think there's a lot of questions about the economics of film production and television production, especially in the subscription era. Yet, something tells me that long form is here to stay. It's coming back. I don't think we'll all be addicted to AI Fruit Love Island. You can't really replace the feeling of experiencing a film with a group of your peers, laughing at the same time that other people are laughing, or like a really heavy moment comes on screen and you hear sniffling and like you see the arm go around the shoulders. It's just so human. And above everything else, that's what we're really looking for, right? We're looking for ways to reconnect with each other. And once we find that, whether it's vertical, whether it's long form, whether it's theatrical, whether it's a freaking play, whatever, I think that if we lean into like teasing out the connections of these different, hopefully symbiotic forms of entertainment and media, then we can push the industry forward and we can hopefully democratize it as we go along. I'm hoping that made sense. This is my weekly distribution ramble. Let me know what you think in the comments.